Mr. Minister, please tell me right now, cause I know they understand. What do you mean by poverty alleviation? After you travel around the world, you get help in the name of the poor and unable. When you come back, all your rich friends and family put food on their table. When you talk about help for the poorest of the poor, none no reach me. And when I see you, Secretary, hide you behind closed doors. Now while you smile and greet with the few you meet, enough Belizeans to suffer out the street. When you talk about new policies and action plan, please, no open door for more corruption. Cap and paper, good things start, but with so much seating on the heart, nobody thinks on the draft end before they start. Look how much I will live in a house where practically they fall down. Beg enough for help and the name come around. And implement projects on the work, and the pat on yourself on the shoulder, while on the brag how much they worked. I pray to the Father every day for making help me understand, Mr. Minister, that what we mean by poverty alleviation. Mr. Belize, says make it happen. My name is Gildon Roland, senior. Out of the fourth, the fifth, the fourth of 6 children. Born in Orange Walk.
Well, guys, you don't know, probably some of the young ones no might know me, but some of y'all might know me. My name is Ronald Reno, but everybody know me as Young C. They do music for a while now. Start off the Heights of Vibes.
Yes, out and bad, Kenny G, veteran from birth, blessed.
Hi folks, the world, Harrison Dar King, straight out of Hattieville. Belizean icon, broke down artist. They call me the king of broke down, and I bring sweet broke down music to the world. And I want to tell them about my journey.
Some people you meet, man, they dress so neat, but not in the home to eat. Some people have life real hard, man, it's not a joke. Some people have life real hard, man, it's not a game. Some people have life.
Kind of like 13, I write my first song, right? It was back in the days when I like grew up that I believe me more into like country music, right? So I'm writing a little country song to my girlfriend, for one of my girlfriends, I say. So like when I 13 years, we had to do the right songs and the sing.
I love music from small because I come up in a house where music play every day. When it comes to music, Granny used to be the music provider. You understand what I'm saying? She used to be the one where the slam name, old days, when I tell her old days like Jim Reed, that type of funk stuff, right? But after a while, something happened whereby I get in on the mode for like love music to the point whereby I want to know where the music they come from, that I start go and take for she radio there and open the radio there and try to figure out like, yo, how the song they come out of this. Then you have to understand speaker, cassettes, all that stuff there.
Originally, I born in Orange Walk town, but I could remember Orange Walk like after 1982, basically. I'm like 6 years old. When I moved back to Orange Walk, it's after the death of my mother. And Orange Walk don't really have a whole lot of good memories, but they have a lot of great memories. My childhood was fun. I learned carpentry, masonry. I had to tend the fields. We had over 210 acres of land where we had cattle pan. You know, we had farmland where we had to keep clean. So I grew up pretty much busy.
Well, I'm the second of 8 kids for my mom. I'm the first boy. I have an older sister. And I grew up, a lot of people don't know that I grew up the Orange Walk. I grew up the Orange Walk with my grandmama, and when my grandmom passed away, I ended up back at Belize. But I wasn't used to Belize. I wasn't used to my brothers and sisters, so I was looking for an alternative, meaning the fact that when I at home with my mom and my brother and my sister, then they're like, I out of my element. You understand me? Because they used to each other. So what I used to do is like, take the chance when everybody is asleep and I used to sneak out. But back then, the Crips and Bloods just made it elevate the beliefs and, you know, they turn big the beliefs, but you know, drugs that never made a big deal, maybe smoking weed and whatever, but that was not my thing. My thing was like going out there and find myself. You know, everybody always look on themselves and say, hey, I need to find myself. And one night after 12, sneak out through my mom kitchen window, pry it open, left it open. When I come back, I just sneak back in the shoe and I get to meet one person, and that one person changed my life completely. And it's because of music. I got to meet Stone Jam.
But then my family, my cousin asked me to drop his son that in my yard. And I end up to drop the man at the yard and I find them niggas to build touch house thingy. But that was studio. You understand? So I did it, like, I only for me drop him, but I left for that. Bro, when I left for that, I said, yo, they are my new bedrooms right here. Cause of music, this is the way I want to do.
I start off rapping, and I'm gonna go by the name Gilly D. You had that guy, JRJ, Sankey DJ, and this time in my group, Three the Hard Way. Of course, I know Miss Marina Welcome from early out, Geffy. Mess around with the Jump Street Posse, and you had guys like Daddy Russian, Kenny G, Super P, Gambino. You had this boy Gary LSD, Special K, Sweet T. So all the artists, they, you know, I used to always listen to them, and I start off the clash with people I've been upon, like Futali's, Sherman Powell, you know, all them guys there. Even Jermaine Fuentes and anybody, they used to mess around with the music one time, you know.
When I like 13, I wrote my first song, right? It was back in the days when you like grew up that like believes me more into like country music, right? So I'm writing a little country song for my girlfriend, for one of my girlfriends, you see. So like when I 13 years, we had to do the write songs and the sing. But most of the time we used to sing other people's songs. And then like youngsters, we used to like make our own like chop set with a piece of board, you know, make a cross piece, we get Milo pan for drums and the cover for the milk pan and the cymbals, and we fake one guitar thing with the with the fishing line strings and thing, you know. Yeah, so like from a young stuff, and like I 13, I read my first song, man, you know. And I never stopped. I always love it.
I'll be honest with you, sports is very vital. Not everybody could do the sports thing, but for me, music changed my whole entire life. Music, that's the only thing where I could run to when I feel up, when I feel down, when I feel however, but music was my main point thing where transform Ronald to becoming Young C. You understand? And literally, bruh, I think without music, I'm gonna be one of these dude on the street where just to hang out on the corner and probably get murked. Not to put it in a no bad way like that, but music actually saved your boy, you know what I mean? And then the thing with music, it never take no government to help me or nothing like that, right? Not to bring up no government talking or none of that, but to my own homeboy on the block, right? Make I get into the music and support me so full that, yo, without music, I just have to be clear, without music, I don't think I'm out there.
And Stone Jam used to have one thing whereby if you don't want youngster where want elevate yourself, as long as you know into the street life and the craziness when you go out there, he used to like make your back record and carry it in the club. Then he make you sit down in one corner. You to watch big people party. Tell you no move, just sit down right there. Man used to give you and leave money when the night done. Help him back your records, he drop your home and whatever. But then time they don't know so how to sneak out. My mom don't know why they out there whatsoever. Till when they get to find out that then the beating start, well, not beating, lash, you know, put you in your place. So you to sneak out that night, you're out there to smoke weed and must say in a gang now, this, that. You shoot anybody and go to jail. Bro, I 53 now. I 53. Never been to jail before. I don't have a record. You understand me? But like I say, getting into the music business, that way actually changed my life, you know.
Belize not really know a lot about some of the people who actually start off this journey. But what really catch me with the journey is the fact that Belizean people reach one point which part they don't appreciate, they never they never appreciate the genre of music because they say we try to be Jamaican, you know. And so they gear more towards soca, punta and that kind of thing. And that never me. So I get out of rapping and I got into poetry. But I get into poetry because I fall upon some very hard times. And I reached a point which part I couldn't sleep the night past 3 o'clock. For some reason, like something just wake me out of my sleep and I had to get to writing. I guess that's one way of dealing with the frustration where not having the resources we need as one family man. And I find myself to write poems like Mama Lee Boy, Conscience, and several others. And when I get into the poetry scene now, I find that I could express the messages to the people, get that everything out where the experience, I believe, you know. And
at the time, I'm do the most gangster type music ever. Like, we made the talk about Penn Road Crip, and we made Pungas Lakeland Crip, and we made put out the music, and the guys are like, yo, we can't really put this out. And I remember the first time, I hope my dad don't get vexed with me, but I remember the first time I heard my first, where I would have called my first album to Mo's High. Bruh, I got a joy. Yes, my shit will get put out. No one forgot it. Everybody listen to it. And I got back like what hour or something, and my everybody literally look for me and tell me, bruh, we can't put this out. You kill a whole village.
I was always fascinated by looking at one Belizean artist, like one of the first artists, Lad Laro. It was like Civic Center. The Civic Center where you could stand up on the bleachers and watch through that chicken wire and everything to go across the bridge, you know. And I was fascinated by Fresh Breeze crew, that Terrible Terrible, that Kenny Morgan, that Grandmaster Lee, and that Doggy King. Then I'm a Fresh Breeze crew.
I should be part of the first rap crew in Belize, the DJ Morgan Fresh Breeze crew. I can start DJ Morgan, myself. The time used to call me Harry B, the Big Belly Man, Grandmaster Lee, and Turbo Morgan. You know, we the first rap crew in Belize, and we got out of league and many people feel I'm part of Belize and how we do it. We never has ever rap in a song like Jamaican. Even though back in the days, we never had no studio here that we could make our own background and make our own music. We used to borrow the Jamaican man background and sing over that. But we always in a Creole. In a crowd, we always rap.
And when we used to go out for September and go to Memorial Park, and the amount of crowd used to be out there, and when the man perform and the way how people applause and make noise and go on crazy for the lyrics where they flow, I say, this is something what I want to do. And I start go home and I start write music until, well, I can't say perfection, but it come as close, and everything with a rap contest, everything with a black party, every performance stage, I start depend. You understand me?
The poetry, that made the gateway to the acting. Because somebody captured one part of my poem, my performance, that bliss or something, and then me show it to the producer when me come in for audition for Dragon Wasp. And so they seek me out. And I remember that day clear, man. I gonna do this audition right off of the construction site. You know, when I haul up, everybody clean off. I only mean dirty cement up pants with rubber boots and look stinker thing. When I haul in at the spot, the first thing when the producer come to the door and the man see me and he greet me and shake me hand and with a big smile on his face, check, so everybody will clean off now. The watch party, only sleep dirty by the yard. Yeah, but that's the one who walk out the path. So, you know, and then of course I get the opportunity to play one drain cleaner, you know, no matter what. I'm just one day extra. And the man tell me, he said, just come, he say, if anything, if you could bring a rake, bring that for me. But when I show up at the spot, I show up in a one, Alina one, like one garbage man, my peak cap, my rake, machete, all kind of thing. And that's when they give me one part to play additionally to what I did with the drain. And that's why I end up to become one, like one part of the lead, you know, the hitman part, aspect of part 4, no matter what. And then after that, of course, the acting just pick up, you know, from Dragon Wasp to Poseidon Rex. After Poseidon Rex, I embarked on one of my own along with Aaron Noriano. Driver, Time is Money. After that, we moved on Taken Heart. And the one on Netflix, we do with the Mexicans, Tragic Jungle. Recently, I did a short with some guys from Europe for a story named Far Tortuga. You know, so that yet to be released. I have several Creole stuff like On the Brink, Converted, several other projects where not really get released yet because then, you know, the process of getting done. But all in all, the acting now a good thing.
Well, I get so deep into it, no my lad, that I try everything where I could put my hand on, as long as it have to do with music. Because like back then, if Stone Jam get on a mic in a crowd, he might big up one person or big up somebody for their birthday, might get put down. You're never used to go to a club and hear one DJ the talk on mic until President get in the picture. Then President adapt the Jamaican style whereby now President used to play for more ghetto party, ghetto clubs, ghetto functions. So the first one we start with the mic and hyping up people and hyping up crowd and thing, and I say, you know what? That's one of the next thing I want to do. You understand me? So I start do the mic thing and whatsoever, and then little after that I end up the turn one MC, one host, you know. So everybody say, hey, you got the voice, and then some of the things that will come out of your mouth always appealing to crowds. So why you not do hosting? So I start the hosting. Then I start dabble and leave it when I first link with Mad Rock and Mose Hyde. Then time the Creme number one building in the whole compound behind the zinc fence. You know, so with all that now I started mic. Then I say I want radio station. Creme, Money Mike, God rest his soul, man like Gerald Garbutt, I'm the manager, give me a chance to dip on the radio station. So anyway, what part I go and I make a little money, I used to buy records. Then I used to slap that for the techniques and just play music, you know. Never as good as Press D and them boy, but I used to play music. Then time I graveyard shift, from 12 until 5, shift when nobody else no want, you understand me? And that how it come about, you know. Pretty good life for me, you know. It don't make me rich, but it keep me out for the streets. And now I have kids over 18. I have grandkids who I love so much. So, you know, really come to that point whereby I look at myself and say, yeah, what? Many paved road for you, you paved enough for the youngsters where they're behind you.
Me, right? I got through a lot of ups and downs in my journey of this life. On a serious note, and I'm not ashamed to say this because I rebounded. I used to smoke rap. I used to drink shake up every day, all day. But I had children where I had to take care of. And I did that well. Where people were saying, oh, you smoke rock, you can't do this, you can't do that. I did all up, put them through high school, they graduate. All through my down times. And I never lose focus on my music, never stop right. And okay, hold and try to bring me down. I stay focused. I take all kind of like sometimes I want to cry, sometimes they want to bawl. Sometimes I actually bawl, but people don't hear me. You see? And it was some sad times in my life too. If you know, like how I grew up, my mother and father grew up right, you know, and certain things happen in my life whereby I kind of like get weak, I say, right? And fall to like the drugs and the alcohol, you know, but at the same time, like I say, I never lose focus. My children, always never starve, never go sleep hungry, always clean, always go to school, and always bright, you know, and I thank God for that. Like everything I go through, somehow I find a way to write about it and present my experience through my lyrics and through my music, through my songs, to the world, what I gone through.
Let me say this. Back then, we never have the amount of influence where the youngsters they have right now. The influence where the youngsters they have with like, when we want to know where they go on in the US, Jamaica, any part of the world, we don't have to watch TV and watch news to know exactly what happen around the world. Now you got social media, you got anything where you could go and you type up, I pop up. The influence now, you have good influence, you have bad influence. The thing is right now that like the youngsters, they're never as hungry as we are. Then they do the music, but they say they take it serious, but they not look at it as one financial standpoint. Then they look at it as what I got on, how good I looking at the video, and how much girl I could get, and when I could dip on stage. Back then, bro, it might not look like one financial standpoint to we, but we used to make money. You understand me? Because like none of the artists, young artists right now, would get the type of crowd what we get when we sell out one venue like Civic Center, Birds Isle, anyway. We used to travel from PG to Corozal, and the venue, the people always come out for their special artists. Some come for Kenny G, come for Gambino, some come for Heavy D, some come, you know. Nowadays are like, I wouldn't beat the youngsters with the content and their music and what they put in their music, because most of the time when we used to do music, we used to write music about things what happen wrong way or things what happen in for we life. You know, what we know about, where we grow up, in the neighborhood where we grow. You understand me? But the youngsters, the music more derogatory, the music more dirty, the music more violent, but you can't beat them because at the end of the day, that's the life where they live now. We never made it live gunman life. We never made it live killings after killings after killings. You understand me? Now I could see it for the youngsters they know that I want way out, that their talent might good enough that they might end up to go out that side. I know one couple of youngsters where they out there right now, where they try the music thing, they end up reach out that side there, and yeah, I wish it worked for them, but like the music can't go nowhere. The youngsters they can't go nowhere because there's one thing with we artists and for we DJs back then, we could have go any part of Belize and I don't no problem. We could go any part of Belize with any color clothes we want because we're the artists and we're the performers and we're the DJ and nobody don't have a problem. Then just one for we performance. Now, there's certain time where one artist get put for one show, but that's enough for his neighborhood, so he can't go there. They have a problem with that. You understand me? But the advice I have for the youngsters, them and that like social media, you could use that to your benefit. Meaning, say for the fact that like there's one out of two things you could do. You can't do two of them together. You can't be a bad man and be one artist at the same time. You understand me? You can be one artist for sure that you don't want bad man. You understand me? I'm a real bad man, not into music as in dip on stage for the tell people for them business. You understand me? So either you be one artist or you be one bad man. You understand me? One person would never know if in fact I sell drugs if I know the flash and they show everybody what they get. He don't got one job. So when he get big gold chain and fancy vehicle from, most naturally, when you do anything, you do it undercover. So that like, you know, if I know something in fact, I know a person where ignorant, left that undercover because nobody enough to know that. That kill your image. You understand my point? So that are just like my advice to the artist. Either you be a bad man or you be one artist. You can't be the two, you know. So whatever you do it to the best of your ability. But I rather you be one artist than for the out there they harm yourself and harm other people. You understand me?
What people have to understand, right? I mean, that was business for the radio station and everybody else, I think, right? But when you see the young dude spit certain stuff, like whether that grinding and whining and gunshot, and then people just talk what they say every day. And they can't talk nothing else but what they know. You understand? Well, where I come from, I just talk about what I say every single day. You understand? So you can't really say, you can't lock down the content or whatever you call it. You can't do that because then people just talk about what they say. You know what I mean? And all of folks, yes, what trip, oh, back in for we days this and back in for we days that, but the music evolve. It really do. Today I hear hip hop with ill. Tomorrow I hear something where like the Afro pop will just make you want vibes. Then I hear some drill stuff where the hip hop again, but different genre from different people experience. You know what I mean? Some people into techno, bro. You know what I mean? Some people into disco, like still. You know what I mean? So you can't really judge the music in a no kind of way. So my thing is that just like music, the music.
The truth of the matter is, foolishness sell, right? Because I also have a couple of poems on TikTok, and I could guarantee you that I might have 9,000, 8,000 views over an extended period of time. But because people are not really interested the people who they go up on social media for view things, most not interested in any knowledge, for gain any knowledge from what they just want pastime. So as one pastime, you have somebody who could do maybe 5 or 10 seconds of foolishness to entertain one person who just want to go through one quick browse or something to make them feel better about themselves. Now, if we had the right structure in place for the youth, they could really promote who they are in a respectable way. People would have get used to that. They have an audience for that, but we know they create nothing. So all we have that, just the people, well, I want people to get to know me. I could dance, right? I mean, earlier I watched one film with a young girl when we spread herself out thin. I mean, that one degrading type of thing for look upon, but this is what people sit down and entertain on social media. So all the views, and this is one thing I want to also say, the views where you get on social media don't necessarily mean that the people watch it through. Because I like me, when I start to watch your stuff, the first 3 or 4 seconds, if that don't really suit me, if develop my brain or develop my art in some kind of way, I know to finish watch your stuff. But you get a view nonetheless. So you having 100,000 views don't mean that 100,000 people appreciate the work what you do. That's one thing where the people have to really start to understand, right? So I would have said to everybody, put your best foot forward, you know. Give the best impression of yourself, what you would want to be remembered by. Not just be that dirty Lee girl or noisy Lee boy who just want to say something simple to make people laugh or feel one certain kind of way. Put something out there where people can learn from, because they do have people who want to learn.
Song like Billy Zan, singing a Creole, make you know where it come from. Yeah, just singing a Creole. Can't talk Creole every day. As you know, whole I'm making a song Jamaican. Right? And we have a song for a long time, you know. You go like this, right? Some people seem to tell you where they come from. They rather claim to be from another man's land. It's not a game, they throw away their own identity. Then get the blame for national infidelity. Some pretending to be this Jamaican, then the boy they be calling Jafaican. Some pretending to be Trinidadian, then the boy they be call Chicibadian. Telling people they born on the island, when they know that they born on the mainland. Why the hell them a shame of the nation? We no overstand. Some people shame to tell you where they come from. Dog is just over there.
So Wagi Alita Abba, Creole and Garifuna come together as one. Kechi and Mop and Maya, Son Wagi Alita Abba, Creole and Garifuna come together as one. Kechi and Mop and Maya. Aha! Harrison Doggy King and Brock Mountain.